All right, folks, I hope it's good taste to bring you in as a battle is about to get underway. It's going to be a winter battle, and it's kind of one of those classic we have to hold the lines. It's almost like Grand Tactician came up with this scenario where you kind of have to hold until reinforcements arrive, and then once you do, you'll be fine. But if you don't hold until then, you're going to be in trouble. So I'll show you our defensive position, but you can see this is the dreaded Chancellorsville map, wilderness map, whatever it is you want to call it. And we have friendlies that are far off. And then we have two friendly divisions that are a little bit closer. McDowell's division, and here we'll get real close. It is the one division that's in position against two enemy divisions. Actually, is it two or three? If that's correct, there are three enemy divisions around. And so we have very good level, I think these are mostly 4. Those are level 4. This looks like level 2. And where's Wilcox going? Wilcox is the 3rd Brigade. Basically, it's the division in each of the main ones, and Wilcox was the reserve. He's moving over here. Tidball, just as he did historically, he's commanding a battery. Man, I know that's just one. Well, I should say it's an artillery. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't say just like, but they are artillery. Yeah, I guess if we actually want this cav in the best position, maybe not to help defend, but for morale, we probably want them over there. I think we could probably touch just about every friendly brigade, and hopefully nobody ends up over here. So while they're moving into position, there's a 3-pointer down here, doesn't matter. 5-pointer that's here, 5-pointer that's here. So pretty much you have to control any 2 points. I wrote, oh no, I actually had a really good parapet down here, and oh no. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can say. No, I'm actually going to need you guys to, yeah, I'm actually going to need this cav to play the waiting game here, and I don't know what to do now. I mean, I can try to pull Wilcox back. I mean, if they're just going to slam this side, okay. I lied. We can have Wilcox hold, and we can shift Wilcox's brigade off to the. I should have put skirmishers out. Oh, you know what? I did put skirmishers out. The problem with McDowell's division is that it is much smaller. I think it's because they were one of the first divisions created, and I think they lost a lot of men to re-enlistment, and they haven't got them back. There was also a morale issue with them being in enemy territory. It's kind of a whole thing, but yeah, Sully needs to move that way. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Wilcox, oh boy, Wilcox. There is a like decent chance this is not gonna go well. I think we might just have to try to inflict casualties and go from there. We'll watch the fighting, but I am quite concerned about what's going on my right. So while this is going on, we see the shells flying in. That looks pretty cool. I did hop on the CSA side. I tidied up their OOBs. It actually wasn't bad. And you know, I checked out their financing, their weapons. Okay, they have a lot of troops that still have mixed muskets, but like they've ordered all the right small arms and artillery. They're kind of just waiting for it to be produced and then distribute it to the men. Like, I am really happy with how the AI is playing. I'm happy that they were taking their subsidies in exactly the right amounts that I wanted. And so, yeah, okay, good. So Wilson is going to go there. Wilcox, all right, Wilcox is going to kind of shift over there. I think I put all them on, I believe I put them all on double quick. Maybe they lost it when, did I do it up here? I guess I didn't do it up there. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, wasn't on there too long. Fixed them up. One of the things we're going to test, actually it might play in this video, it might not, is that when I condensed, they went up to like 15 different like campaign units. The Union Corps, I think I have 6 or 7 corps. And I basically brought them down in that number, and in doing that, I also gave them slightly larger divisions. I'm going to order that attack. I don't intend to carry it out, but they're moving too slowly. Yeah, I didn't mean to put you all there. I actually meant to put them... We're just going to do that now. Yep. I'm fine with that. I mean, if we... I mean, these are... McDowell's division are probably the most experienced troops in the game. It's just past January. Yeah, it's like New Year just started. Technically 1862, and this was the first battle that got rolled. So I was like, well, I was kind of debating whether to bring you all in or maybe just do a whole lot more campaign play and then bring you back in when it was back to battle season. But I don't know. I felt like I kind of want to see how this plays out. I was surprised at how small McDowell's division is, but kind of already explained that. This is a terrible, this is terrible ground to have to open, and we improved it by a ton. I think with Sully, oops, we went a little too quickly. We're gonna have to try to bring him down, and I think this is level 3 parapet up to here, and probably level 2 parapet or so over to here. But I'm okay with that. All right, good. And then Wilson is following up, and so let's see. They're gonna stop at some point. I think we'll just let Wilson run for a little bit. I kind of want to get Wilson's next order running. This artillery going out here we don't need. We've pulled slightly ahead. Wow, CSA regrouped pretty quickly from that, so kudos to them. This is a much bigger push than I thought. I already built some parapets out here in case they took this and then tried to sneak like all the way around and get it. We should be able to win it on numbers, no problem, once... No, what are you doing? So... Yeah, that's a big old push that I don't exactly understand, but I'm still gonna have Wilson hop in those trenches. Okay, they've at least got down. And this looks like it's Wilcox's brigade getting into position. I assume that's the courier that's trying to tell them, stop what you're doing. It's a terrible idea. But anyways, yeah, the frontal attack there didn't work. If there is a push that I can't see that's coming through these woods, it's going to hurt. Because other than Wilson's cab showing up and Wilcox almost moving into the correct position, we have little else going on. See, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't think we would have much that would be functional before 11. And this stuff, I mean, I think they're set up to come in here kind of at the actual Chancellorsville crossroads and try to come in the back door. All of that would probably be after the battle's actually decided. Yeah, that's a really unfortunate, but not unexpected. Okay, you're doing that. Wilcox, I have significant reservations about doing this, but you're the only one who might be able to get there in time. So let's try that. You should be ordered at the double quick already. Wilson, I don't know about you, man. Do we take any real casualties? Holy moly, Shank has leveled up. But again, he's been in a lot of combat. First Massachusetts, first Maine. Blanker is good. Hunter's okay. I find McDowell and probably shift him that way. And then as quickly as Palmer can get here. And is that gonna be... Yeah, unfortunately I think they're probably gonna have to turn around to make that maneuver. And you know what? Maybe Sully's cab just has to go out there and die. Maybe that's what they have to do. To try to give this attack some time to work. Wilson's orders have to come all the way from If not Meade, then Sanford. All right, yeah. So he's part of Sanford. So Sanford's a little bit closer, but not much. I think we can also start moving Hunter. I hesitate to move him too much, but maybe we'll move him over here. And then we'll just have the two kind of reinforcing regiments here. The backup plans for Keyes' brigade just sit in those trenches and hope for the best. So can't say it's good. Oh, Carr is showing up from who knows where. I really don't love him on the middle, but yeah, maybe we could get him out there. And we can watch the last stand of Sully's troops. Not above this. I think the AI is making a mistake by shooting it out with them. I think they ought to just go up to... what is it? Assault range? Like close range? And just go up there and just... I mean, you know what? Probably doesn't matter. If they're bringing all these other troops in, it doesn't matter. I don't know why the AI is opting for this big old wide flank. I've tried to mod the AI's behavior to not worry too much about defenses, because I think whatever this force is, if they had joined that push, they would have walloped this position. They just had to commit to it. And they had, yeah, I mean, this was alarming and it drew some troops over here, but I wasn't going to move the troops over here to deal with the flank until I dealt with the head-on attack. In the debug file for the game, there is a setting that I think is on everybody else's game, the vanilla game, that you know, the AI will try to flank entrenched positions, and I turned it off because I think the AI gives too much credence, and I think eventually they would have walloped probably all of those brigades, which are understrength brigades. I mean, maybe the regiments coming in weren't that much better, but at a certain point, numbers are really the story. And I think they would have been fine. So Sully should be running within the hour, and it will either be through lost resilience, or it'll just be the, yeah, looks like maybe it's just going to be the rate of morale decline, but he'll at least initially have done his part. Wilson's going to be in those trenches. Other parts of Wilcox's brigade are now starting to file in. Hunter's brigade moved very nicely. Okay, we'll have you guys sit up here. And if we can see reinforcements close, I would say that that's... Okay, Carr knows to go there. Where are you going? All right, if Keim is going to move his brigade there anyways, I think that that's fine. And we'll have Keim's brigade come in, and we'll let Sanford's division eventually deal with... you know what? That's probably not as good an idea. It's just sending Keyes, because Keyes hasn't taken that many casualties. So yeah, we'll move Keyes there, and we'll keep McDowell's division together, and it will deal with what's going on in the woods here. And Sanford, all right, Sanford, that's fine. We'll just push Sanford up if we have to, and Meade is the third. Okay, and so you can see I was already planning in case I came around or other things got broke, that we were going to try to have an answer for that, and I think that we do. All right, we don't need Wilson here as long as friendly troops are going to be here, and it looks like they will be. And I don't want them in the center, so while that may take a while, we're going to get them moving, and they'll be joined by, I forgot, I know I just called his name, but Carr's cavalry. We'll have 2 cav regiments over here on the right, and we'll see what the AI wants to do. We don't have them on a huge clock because of the objective points. I mean, we've gathered 4, but the battle started the day before, and so that is a factor that's weighing on some of the calculations here. You know, AI sends out skirmishers. If they're going to advance almost immediately after, that could be okay. I'm trying to not click on their units because then I'll know where they're going. It's another one of the settings I have, and so I'm trying to not. But if they okay, so they've already captured the 3-pointer, which doesn't really do anything for me. Doesn't change much. Looks like most of those regiments are beat up. It does look like maybe they're thinking about another attack. Or maybe they'll actually go with one, but Sanders I can see is almost done. Blodgett Jr., you know, a strong breeze comes through, he's going to be done. I'm not too worried about that. Alright, Hunter's Brigade is in position. But I'm going to bring it up here. And then we'll try to get some skirms out. I know I was unable to do it down here. It is what it is. It's fine. Okay, they're alright. You'll probably can't get skirmishers out because enemies are too close. That happens. Howard. Okay, Howard I think is still has friendly cav mixed in there, and looks like Wilson has kind of ignored his order, I guess, because he's in combat. That's not the end of the world. It's not what I want, but yeah, it'd be nicer if I could get that to actually go off. But we will see. Yeah, so defending our front right now, it's just artillery. it's not much, but it is. Yeah, it's experienced artillery at least, so I'd be happy with that. Let's see how this unfolds. I believe time is on my side. And I'm sure that they're not in the greatest of condition. Having marched through the woods in the winter. And they have to attack fortified positions. The best they can do is probably this creek, which is not going to be as good as what I have. So we'll see what they come up with, and it may be Meade who ends up having to deal with them when the time comes. But that's fine. Oh, I never moved this artillery up. We can do that. Certainly. Move them there. Move Benham here. They can all feel free to get on the road. Alright, and you can kind of see where Wilder... I'm pretty sure that happened randomly. I'm pretty sure I didn't assign him to Kev, but I believe that Wilder, at least from what I remember in the book on Chickamauga, the lightning... What was the... It was a brigade, but it was at least a regiment that... I thought it was mounted infantry that had the fast-shooting rifles, and at least in the account of Chickamauga, I remember they kept appearing lots of places. Alright, well, it's too late. I clicked on some of them because I just had to see. And... oh, no. Oh, no. We left it vacant. Well, we know where Harris thinks he's going. He's absolutely not actually going there. Sully's cav is panicked. Where's McDowell in all this? He's too far up. Let's move McDowell back and try to talk some sense into Sully's men. Here they have artillery they're doing their part. And once Sanford's brigades, I don't know who they're part of, but once the brigades kind of file, yeah, unfortunately Butterfield is very far away, so it might actually okay. I'm about to walk right out of these boots. We can send skirmishers up. That'll help a little bit. Luckily, both those regiments are big enough they can do it. All right, so looks like the 1st regiment is going to run. They're both running. Yeah, I don't care what it actually says, but they are. Okay, Phillips is a different beast. And so what I will do is I will give the regiments attack orders so I don't have to wait for the order delays to come in from Butterfield, who's lagging. No. Guys. You were right the first time. Focus on that. Focus on that. Focus on that. What are you doing? No, don't move. Don't move. Holy moly, those guys are fast. Alright, we'll see if we can stop them dead in their tracks. Skirms are here. I guess we're busy trying to melee them. Alright, I think we will turn. We will eventually turn the tables on them. Come on, get up there. Get up there. There you go. You're doing it. Alright. Wilder's pulling out over here. That's fine. Car's down. Is he? No. He is now. Alright, so I think our right might be secure, but clearly there are troops back here because they've captured it. And there's a chance that they'll come up around here, and I don't really have any fortifications on the backside here. Alright, and we broke Phillips in the front. So maybe that was massed artillery plus some skirming infantry. You can roleplay explain it, but I think the CSA, since we already kind of know where they're going, I just don't understand this, man. So I mentioned this in a previous video. It's at like this distance that I just don't understand why the AI... I don't know what I have to do to mod the AI to get it to realize, like, read the map. I'm pretty sure the AI knows where all your forces are when a battle begins. That's why a lot of times if you build entrenchments and you have those settings, the AI, it always seems like, yeah, why does the AI choose the one route that's around? It's not a conspiracy there. It's actually in the debug file if you want to go look at it. And so I guess it's a question of when they realize, but it seems like they always, like the AI always knows. So then why not realize now? What is it that we have to do to win this battle? What's our path to victory? Again, I think the initial path was just to bull rush the Wilderness Church. Maybe you send a brigade out, not on that deep of a flank, but this one. But yeah, I don't know what they do now. Because now my reinforcements are here. So this looks like it's nothing doing. Okay, so you'll get out. We'll send a screen of skirmishers forward from Hunt. Actually, we won't, because I don't think most of the regiments have enough men to send out skirmishers. So it's rough. Looks like we have 2 regiments on top of each other. We do. So that's actually, yeah, that's actually what I want. I think maybe, do I put you on pause? I think I'm about at the point where I would put you on pause because we don't have any action going in the battle, and then I just bring you back in. I have no idea if they're marching or what it is, but we'll try to keep the action coming for you. And yeah, as always, about 2 seconds after I put you on pause, a bunch of the AI units just they just turn around. They're just like, nope, we're gonna attack this. So I'm all about that. Let's see how they do. Guess some of our guys don't quite have the angle here figured out. Oh. Seem a little stuck. Little stuck. Alright, we'll try to fix them up. There we go. Man, but that was what, 3 regiments? One ran, and the other 2 are standing there. Drake is coming back. I don't know what's going on. I ordered my cav down here to the right to look at this this kind of 3-way intersection in case CSA was looking for the short route. I didn't want to get jumped, and plus I saw I had infantry, friendly infantry coming in, and I thought I could line them. There is this kind of crest here in the woods that overlooks this open field, and that's where I was going to get as thick as I could. But yeah, this kind of shows an unenviable position for the CSA attackers here. Oh, but there's more coming. That is, I hope that they're joining this attack. Not because I'm rooting for the AI to make dumb decisions, but because I want to see them do well. But yeah, trying to figure this AI out has been a challenge. How to mod it. I don't think I want to do that. I don't want to pull units out of the fight, but he'd only be pulling 1 unit out of the fight. It couldn't be more than that, right? Yeah. So I'll send. Oops, maybe I did. Maybe it took me too long to pull that one back. Okay, well, we can order up Buell. George Buell. And is the AI for real here? Yeah, I just think that an initial rush over the front, and you know, if this was a human player and they saw this, I think that they would make the jump. I think they got to know that they're not going to win this thing on victory points, right? I mean, there are 13 to be had. You had 3, so while it slows down the bleed a bit, it's not going to be enough. You're still going to bleed more in objective points to me than I'm going to lose to you. So sometimes you can win a battle on victory points, again, as I've modded it, because frequently in the vanilla game I found that it often wouldn't spawn multiple victory points. I think that goes back to a discussion much earlier in the attempts to balance the game. And I was, you know, as usual, I was in the minority. I liked the multiple victory points, but a lot of people had problems with it. I don't think it confused the AI at that time. You couldn't really use the argument that it confused the AI more than it already was confused. And certainly, having added more and then worked on the AI on my end, the AI has performed better on the battlefield. I'm just identifying the areas that I'll probably never get to, because I feel like the game is still good enough. I want to see how the larger divisions works out for the AI, particularly since the AI is the CSA in this campaign. It should be more defensive. They should be operating on their territory more often. So the larger size, which otherwise might cut into the readiness and would be a negative, the CSA should usually have all of its armies on home territory and should be regaining readiness quite quickly. But because the AI doesn't do a great job of concentrating its forces, so it has a core with, you know, a bunch of divisions, and the divisions will move, but they won't move well together. And coordination between and among corps are frequently absent. And so making slightly larger divisions might help alleviate at least the problem of frequently being outnumbered that the CSA AI has in this one, where they're kind of set up to build armies, and sometimes I manually go in and just rearrange their stuff to mirror what I have. There's a lot of stuff. There is a lot here, and there's a lot, I think, more that could be done, but I don't think it's ever going to get done because the developers have moved on to Grand Tactician 2, which I think I look forward to. We'll see what happens. It's not a criticism. At a certain point, if you have 10,000 hours, you can try to put them into polishing a game on an older system, or you know, updating the engine and starting anew. And so I think either answer would have been right. Maybe in the long term, moving on to the next Grand Tactician was the right call. But I feel like the AI here, the Battlefield AI and the campaign AI, I think they were really close to having something that wasn't the gimmicky numerical buff thing that Total War and subsequent games have done, but actually just made reasonable decisions, and I think they got close. I like the bed rolls, the bed rolls. What's this telling me? Shoot was wrong. Not to do with that, but alright. I mean, these are just skirms. You know, this is a brigade forming up. It, you know, it's a little bit of bunch, but that is what they have to attack. So, I kind of get it. But the longer they wait, the worse it gets for them. So, if you think the game looks good, credit where credit is due. Someone on Steam did come up with an improved... I always get the name wrong. I call it the 3D textures or 3D models, but did some work in upgrading those and then made them available through a Google Drive. And so there's more on the color variations and things like that. But that's part of it, and the other part is that I have lost the scaling, which I don't think I recommend for first-person shooters. I don't play it enough, and I guess there's a lot of people who just don't think frame generation for first-person shooters is a good idea. I think you can get away with it in War of Rights, which already has latency issues, right? It's not like the speed shot that you get in a lot of others, like Hell Let Loose. So they did try to go this way. Not only did they try to go this way, they did. I have no idea how Maxi got around me, right? I mean, we're sitting on the road here. I don't know how they pulled that. Okay, apparently we can see Stort, and now, well, by clicking on him, we now know where he's going. Maxi, that might have felt cool, and it was, I guess, in its own way. But okay, since you guys are kind of just sitting back, why don't you do that, and why don't you go up and help them? Still looks like we don't have a force in front of us that's going to attack down from the Wilderness Church. So yeah, the group arriving there is not going to have that much to do, but that's Kilpatrick. You know, maybe we just let them do their thing. This feels like the kind of do or die push. All right, I see a regiment creeping up. But yeah, it's lossless scaling and the improved 3D textures that work well. This is a game that lossless scaling works really well for it. I think it's like a $7 Steam app or something like that. As much as I hate parting with my dollars, I figure let's roll the dice on this game, see if it works with Grand Tactician, because it's a game I like, and you know, I spent all the time modding it and trying to make it better. So why not enjoy some of the visuals? For the first several episodes in this campaign, I was increasing the sprite count for regiments. I wasn't going for 1-to-1, but I was going for more, and more casualties on the ground, more smoke. All of those things, I just haven't remembered to keep up with them. The one thing I remember to do is that I had to update the CSA AI's order of battles. I did that. I checked on other things, but again, the other things, the credit rating was actually better than mine. Their national morale is lower, but they had some things in the works that made it look pretty good. Weapons orders were all what they should be. Subsidies, all stuff I've said, and so I felt like, yeah, I'm happy enough. Their forces are also mostly in the right place on the campaign map. In Virginia, they're a lot of them are still behind Richmond, although they have retaken Richmond. And they They have currently a division too much out in Missouri and Arkansas, but that's being corrected and more being sent to the center. So I don't know how long I'm going to be able to hold in Tennessee. Really in Nashville, it's pretty much all I have. I pretty much have a full core there. There's another core of the CSAs in Kentucky. It's kind of in the center. And I don't know exactly what to do with them. Well, I am confused at what this is. Alright, so I guess that was a move. I don't know. Now it looks like they're kind of just piecemeal moving. Alright. So Reno no longer sees Maxie's cab. I'm guessing... Looks like they got kind of wiped. And yeah, so we're going to sit on that, and if they want to go the really long way around to get to that, fine. Right, by then we'll have defeated enough of their force, and we should be okay. I don't see any reason to watch this at 1x. Is that Maxie? Yep. Yeah. About a third casualties. But this kind of like reforming when the enemy can shoot you stuff, and like reforming in a way that is just stupid. I say that now, watch him crush me. But, you know, you're not going to walk across. You're not going to come from back here and walk across the face of the enemy. I mean, clearly they can see I'm here. They found out the hard way. I think that's a retreat. That looks like a retreat. And that's fine. Oh, we saw a little bit. Rarely does this happen. What happens if I just keep Wilder mounted? Looks like he's going to try to melee. I don't want you doing that. I don't think that's necessary. I think shooting is sufficient. But yeah, I plugged through some of my weapon orders as well. I think on artillery, we're usually good. This looks discolored here. I don't know if it is, but it kind of looks discolored. It might just be the snow. Maybe it is. I don't know. Anyways, I had some stuff to do on the campaign map, but I think all that's cleared up. Okay, they're running, and yeah, I'll go ahead and put you on pause because it's a bit slow. All right, and that actually did take a while to get out of, so I'm glad we got a 500 killed for them, 36 killed for me, because I've talked about it in the other episodes. We don't have prison camps, and so pretty much there aren't like any captured, but it's fine. That battle was here. The real downside is that McDowell, who always has readiness problems, and I said this at the beginning of the war, he's always had readiness problems. Yikes. Right, we can't upgrade it. The only thing I was thinking about doing is just marching these troops out of here. Is marching the first corps out of here. I mean, Meade seems pretty well back there, but I think McDowell being in the red, he can't have his move mark, his move destination be in enemy territory, and Virginia is enemy territory, and so I think I have to give him a target somewhere else, but maybe move the second corps in and McDowell out. Okay, well, actually, they're getting... Maybe just move McDowell out? Maybe just send him back to Washington. Yeah, however, railroads, river, whatever, it's fine. Go ahead and pull out. Patterson, Meade, and Kilpatrick will be the kind of... What is this? Is this real? This is stupid. Hold on. This is like... We're not gonna do that. We will attack this dude before we let that happen. No, you don't get to pick on McDowell like that. Done too much good work. Yeah, we'll let Kilpatrick lead that one. Don't know that Meade would show up. Patterson probably would. Come on. There you go. Siege, Battle of Fredericksburg. I mean, we already had a 70% chance of winning, but why chance it, right? Anyways, Cox Jr. is going to be a ways out. And he needs more readiness. Wadsworth is there, yeah. So, in winter, you don't really want to do a whole lot of extra moving you don't have to. Alright, glorious victory. Alright, well, sorry, Kilpatrick, but... Alright, so I'll move McDowell back. There's, you know... I've been talking about using McClellan. It's kind of funny. McClellan's Corps. I've been talking about using it because it seems like it's really ready to go, but I haven't done anything. But anyways, there is a CSA Corps that's around here that I'd have to get those 3 divisions to deal with. And then these are probably correct. Like that Corps in and around Nashville is true. This is not all correct. There are currently 4 divisions out here when there should be 3, and I sent one of them, I gave them marching orders to join the Corps they're supposed to be a part of over in Tennessee. So they'll get there. It'll probably take some time, but it's a pretty interesting map. I think these groups need some more time. They were pretty beat up. I left them on friendly territory. Ooh. Yeah, I left them on friendly territory to do all that stuff. Wow. Flags galore here. But to get their readiness back and then send them out, I think we'll probably have to go to Lexington, maybe Harrodsburg. I say that like I know those places, I don't, but yeah, if we can try to crunk that Corps and then we can join the 5th Corps down here, which may end up with problems. I mean, if we get a lot of engineering points, you know, and we get to fight a defensive battle, maybe it'll be fine, but I'm not so sure about that. All right, finally McDowell is unengaged. Wait a minute, he's got all that supply now? Oh, well then I'm not going to move him back. He can just sit there with no readiness. Is that a good idea? Probably not. If I came up with it, it's probably not. How long is it going to take this? 130 days. So that's 4 months. That'll be middle of April. I mean, as long as he doesn't get attacked again, he will. McDowell, readiness is your Achilles heel. So we'll send you back. Hopefully you'll actually get back. Sanford, I should probably rename that division at a certain point. At that point, Patterson's division. Take care of it here. All right, I think I'm gonna Samford. All right, well, you didn't miss too much. A lot of time passed. We have a battle. we might want to win. So this is Tillman that I think saw in Missouri, but I think I disbanded that division. There's a whole history there. None of it's interesting, but yeah, he wants to fight, and so. Oh, I was looking at the wrong place. No, Tillman is still out in Missouri. All right, there were, as you probably saw, there was another CSA division that's marching north from Richmond, and I thought that's what had triggered. So this actually may not go well. I wasn't paying close enough attention to see where the division was coming from. If these are all divisions under the 6th Corps, it should be okay. Because most of them have been around. Most of them have reasonable firearms, although they're not the greatest. I can see we have to attack. Let me see what the deal is here. Gibbon. So his HQ is there. All right, so it's Reynolds. He's been around for a while. He probably is one of those either like 40% have decent firearms, but the point is that they've been around a while, and so training is regular. All right, I mean for March 1862, that's fine. So I'm gonna do my normal thing here, which is I'm gonna advance forward and figure out what's going on. It looks like the only point that really matters is the big rock mountain here. And this is one where I think it is just the big rock mountain in the middle. And then this is kind of a dead zone here. I believe this is a stone wall. If I remember, yeah. So the plank road is the point, and there is a stone wall overlooking an open field. There's fence, there's woods up here, and I think, I guess it's not really an uphill from there. But certainly attacking into that, if you're 50-50, it's probably not going to be great. Over here, this is high ground if you want to approach the plank road that way. I may be okay taking the long route because I think it's going to take a while for my reinforcements, but I'll bring in when I have something to show you. What's the worst, he thought to himself. AI has behaved very oddly. Having moved up to grab this 5-pointer, I took the long way around. I think I'm still like 8 hours from reinforcements. So, given that I've gotten this close, I'm wondering... Okay, that's the sound of a mill, I believe. I don't know where that was. Is it that thing? I don't know. I would think that it would be down here near the water. Anyways, if I can seize at least this stone wall, if not also that one, if they're on the back side of this and force them to come to me, I think we have a great chance at winning. I do see now, for whatever reason, Ellsworth looks... All right, they seem okay. It may be just a visual glitch. I have no idea. But DeCourcy hasn't seen anything. And so I'm inclined... Move him up there. Ellsworth... Try to move him darn close. Right there. Baker... Same thing. And Mansfield... Maybe we'll put him in the woods on that side of the road, and then the artillery. Under Williams can probably sit right. Whoops. Whoops. All right, well, we'll hedge our bets there, but that's the general idea. Gibbon can move up. What the heck is Reynolds? Reynolds can move up, and we'll rush that forward. Well, I guess you'll be going without your cav, or you'll be leading the cav there. Maybe DeCourcy will catch up to him. Okay, we'll see how the AI reacts. Sometimes they wait for you to capture the point, and then they realize they have to attack. And other times, as soon as kind of you see them, they see you, and they start coming for you. So we do not need... Probably didn't need the scouts out that whole time. But they do have a numerical advantage. So we got to work through that. And then it's just a question of, can we make it here before they do? Although at this point they have to attack us, right? Let's see if they do that. Because if they do, we can just move back here. This is a giant hill. Right, we got a fence here we could use. They're not going to go for that. I'm going to go for it. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll try to get the Cav over there. I think I fought one battle in this area, like in my entire Grand Tactician time. Ellsworth, get you going. Reynolds, just order everybody at the double. Oh boy. And we'll have to hope that the stone wall makes up for the numerical disadvantage we will have. And the proximity of the AI. Again, you really got to wonder, like, they're recalling their skirmishers, for instance, like, what it would have taken to code into the game. This is, if you hold this point, like, and you can hold the stone walls overlooking a relatively open field, you would do that. What I don't want, and what it looks increasingly like it might happen, is that we get to about here, and then we realize we've lost the stone wall. And then we have to pull back. But let's speed it up, because I'm not a huge fan of keeping you all here. If there's nothing going on. Okay. Down, get loose, and get up on that stone wall, overlooking that open field. How much longer, Sarge? Ellsworth, you just want to slam everyone you can right there. Okay, you're already at the double, that's fine. We'll see. This is certainly not a fight I had to take, but I figure if I'm going to take the 5-pointer, I have to fight them somewhere. Right? And fighting on the backside of crops ain't that great. But a stone wall overlooking an open field, that feels like a pretty decent time. I could just give these guys an attack order. Ellsworth is there. Where are they? Reynolds is there. Let's move him up. Ooh boy, this is gonna be close. Oh. I don't think we're gonna win. That's rough. That is rough. I can't imagine the AI was like waiting for me to do that, right? No, you idiots. No, 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 no. Why did you stop? Ugh. It was fun while it lasted. Okay, we'll get Baker to stop. Mansfield. Most of your troops are almost in the right place, but we're going to have you guys stop as well. Why aren't you facing them, DeCourcy? I don't know really what you're going for there. Yeah, it kind of goes from bad to worse here. Hopefully we can hold on until our reinforcements show. Maybe. I don't understand the obsession with marching all the way up to the previous point and then back. They keep looking like they should get to their destination and fall back, and then they don't. So Kenley, the problem with Kenley is that he's going to just be gone. Because he's going to die through his lost resilience. Are you guys ever coming back? Alright, maybe I guess I was just misreading that. It looked to me like they were at their spot. I know I'm playing it at 2x, but it looked like their destination was in front of them. But I guess maybe that was just the thing underneath them. Oh well. Alright. Baker, we're going to put over here. Yes, yes, move. Williams's artillery, I don't know. We'll try to get you up there. We will just see what happens. And Ellsworth is 2. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. What on earth are you guys doing? Of course he should come back, because... yeah, it was just a morale thing. Right, and who needs that? So. Okay, we'll move you guys over there. Yeah, you all kind of deserve to break. But... what? Why are you still running? Like, why are you still marching up there? How dumb are you? The answer. Would not surprise anyone. Yeah, Ellsworth is just about useless here. I did think that when you gave a new destination, the troops would just kind of move to that as soon as possible. Not try to move to their old destination and then move. Because they clearly knew where they were supposed to end up, so I'm not sure why they were marching in the opposite direction, but, you know. It's not the system we came up with. No, 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 Caseman. That's not where you're going. So now we have to hang on for the rest of the day. That actually might be the bridge that's too far for us. Yeah. Okay, you're reorienting. That's fine. Who are you? No, no, no. Who are you? 4th battery? Again, you're still moving forward to move backwards? I don't get you, man. Ellsworth, just fall back here. Maybe your troops will make it to you. Maybe they won't. I don't know. Reynolds is where? Yeah, Gibbon is there. I get it. Reynolds. Any word from the commander? Yeah, you should fall back there, I think. I'm not sure why they're set to assault. I absolutely understand why the cab is charging the artillery. Yeah, I have no idea who set these guys to assault. That is a special kind of dumb. It's hard to fathom. Anyways. Well, in general, I don't know why you're moving over there. But this artillery's been so stupid, I wouldn't even worry about it. And their artillery their cavalry broke. Who on earth? Okay, it's Mansfield's detachment. I don't really care about them. In the end, it's just artillery. All right, Williams 4th Brigade, can you get back here? Do you know how? Okay, we'll try to move them at the double quick. Mansfield, sir, what is wrong with you? All right, Reynolds, you might want to do your best to try to rally people. Ellsworth, you should probably do the same. I think we can get a lot of them back. Given you can do the same. Williams. Sure, yeah, you can go. Alright, did we change our range? Yeah, we did. Oh, you know what? Let's try to recover those guns if we can. What? What is that sound? All right.
Keep calm, boys. Soon enough.
Yeah, we'll do that. Get them set up like that.
Keep calm, boys.
Okay, these guys grabbed that artillery, right? No? You didn't? What?
Boys. Keep calm, boys. Soon enough, we'll see the elephant.
My goodness, man. Alright, somebody grab that. Somebody grab that. I don't know what that sound was. Remember your homes, boys.
Check your weapons. Keep them clean.
Hmm. Okay. What are you? Reynolds? Okay, that's you. Ellsworth. Too much of your forces back here. It should be fine, though. Famous last words, I know. Those guys are almost unusable. Okay. Throw out some skirms there. Yeah, what's going on with our ability, or inability, I guess, to steal this artillery? It's too bad. What on earth is the AI doing? I mean, I understand it's unappealing to maybe have to attack up that hill and stuff, but unless they have another route to that victory point, they gotta kind of press through and take it soon. No idea what you guys are up to. With close range and all that, I don't... What is going on? Alright. I'm gonna put y'all... Wait, nope, here they come. Alright, you're there, you're there. Okay. Yeah, so they're just going to try to bypass this position. Don't blame them. That's what I would want to do. All right, we'll leave you be. Who are they a part of? Casement looks like he could be okay. Okay, send these scrims over to harass. Send them over to harass. Send them over to harass. Wonder if we, let's see, if I take you and I move you over here, I guess we could try to use that fence. I'm not too sure how that would go, but might be able to try that. Nervous, that's fine. Who are you? Alright, you're not the artillery guy. You're not the artillery guy. You are. Still nervous? What is going on? Right. They'll be back in a bit. Really wish I could see the cab that's probably under them. Yeah, maybe in an hour they'll be back. We'll see. Alright, let's see if they want what they think they want. Seems like they want a melee here. Now they're falling back. It might have started making some cap pressure there on the plank road, but we did move. Alright, maybe getting some cover will help their morale recover. I don't know. I think we can move them there. I want to make sure that we have some eyes looking that way. I guess they can kind of stay there. But yeah, batteries up there. We should be able to address this. All right. For some reason, King broke on their side. I had a similar problem, but that was only the first boss fight, right? Several others coming. Definitely have overcommitted to this side. Especially since I think I have a cav regiment and then a regular regiment. Sullivan, see, Sullivan's almost done. I can have him stand around and maybe shoot at a distance. Maybe get some really great cover, but guess we'll find out. Yeah, we're gonna have to rely on artillery. Not always one of the most sure things. Williams says he's nervous. Where else? Wait, what? Pull the gun up. Alright, let's just try to get that one barking if we can. Have them lay down so they're not in anybody's way. Oh. Did not see that we were flanked down here, but Pettigrew, not all is well in Pettigrew's world. We are at some risk of breaking in the center, but hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay, you're gonna march there, that's fine. You're not really doing too much here, so we'll just try to bring your guns into the line there. I don't know if they're going to find anything if they go over there. Maybe they will. Fortunately, you guys got to kind of keep dealing with that. We'll move those skirmishers over there to harass anything that moves through the field. Maybe we just move them back a little bit. We can always send them forward again, but I don't want to be too worried about an artillery duel. The main threat is going to be getting swamped in an infantry fight over here. All right. Clinch Jr. is a fresh regiment. Casement's... Yeah, man, he's questionable. He's very questionable. Maybe Brandon can come up and support a bit. No, where are Ward's... Yeah, Ward's skirmishers can probably just fall back. Casement probably needs to lay down. What is this group? I can't click on it. It's a strange thing. That was cool watching that shell come in. Alright. And now sending this regiment down here doesn't feel so bad. Alright, so it was it was Ward's skirmishers. We'll pull them back with the unit. Alright, Sims doesn't like that for reasons I can appreciate. marching more. No. Casement, you gotta stay down, buddy. Oh, you're just gonna opt to do push-ups. All right. In that case, I think I'm actually gonna have you fall back. Van Wyck should be able to stand on his own. Oh boy. Yeah, you might want to deal with that. You guys might want to move up here. Glad we have some troops who are up here. Skirms down there are just going to have a terrible time playing the role of speed bump. But oh, Sems is back. I guess he did like it. I don't know. Wow, and yeah, he just got absolutely okay. So with that done, you're moving over there. Brandon's there. Okay. Casement is there. Who do we rotate? Yeah, we rotate you for sure. We have you stand. We have you stand, so that this part is pretty much covered. I think we keep them down there for sure, and then we move Minty, and we'll move Tompkins over here. Brandon is just so questionable, man. I don't know if we'll make it, but we'll have him hold tight. You know, there's a chance we actually... Wow, dude. I did not think... I thought maybe we were turning it around, but I didn't think it was anything like that. They had such a good start after I blundered on that wall. On me. Keep up, men. All right. So you're supposed to be moving. I think. Maybe not. Now what does the AI do? Do they have one more push left in them? Got Andrews. No, they do not. Wow. I don't know, man. To me, it seemed a bit... Maybe it wasn't premature, but they outnumbered me. What were their losses like? They were pretty much 50-50. I have no idea. Their morale is terrible, though. That's the only explanation I can think of, is that it was just absolutely terrible morale. And maybe that's why they lost. So, a lot of other things look pretty good. Alright, well that'll do it. Yeah, we're at all zeros here. I wouldn't even be surprised if we took more killed. Because I think with them, just a lot of them broke after pretty light fighting. And I think we just lost a ton on the front end. Probably not too many more after that, though. I guess the beginning of the battle was kind of their high water mark. I guess that's right, Kenley. I don't know. No, you were the one brigade that was moving up. You were leading Ellsworth's. And you just did not pull out fast enough, but it was a product of all the regiments under Ellsworth. So it is what it is. All right, and what happened? We had 200 killed. Yeah. And wait. They had 200 killed. We had 100 killed. Missing and wounded. What is this? Units disbanded. Oh, we lost a battery. Yeah, well, kind of makes sense. All right, we are an hour and 20 minutes in, and so I don't feel like taking on another battle in this one. So I think we're going to head out, and we might have a battle brewing over here. It looks like the CSA is getting eager for a fight. All right, so you're all out of scouting. Okay, you should get out of scouting in case we can bring you in. it's almost time for campaign season to resume, and good for us. So we did a ton of finance things. Maybe this will just be the kind of conclusion of this one. And so we're only in double B negative. We in the month or so that passed. So I went with war bonds. It does great for the credit rating. It's a one-time thing. Huge drop in wealth. I mean, that comes on the heels of Bank Act 1, which also sapped our support. Now I'm electing for Revenue Act 1. It's a long one at 2 months, but it brings in a fair amount of taxes for the support that you lose, and so I think it's probably reasonable. And because we're not hurting on manpower, I think we still have over 90,000 volunteers if we need them. But like if we use McDowell as a gauge, he's probably net gained about 750 guys in, I don't know, resting in DC in maybe 6 weeks or something like that. So it's going to take, actually I think there is a way to find out. There is, it's hovering I think over something that turns into something else, and it tells you how long it'll be. It'll be a while before those regiments, all those in that division, are back up to snuff, but they're on their way to replacing those whose contract wore out and they're not bringing back. So Sanford's in a good spot. Meade's, Meade should move up because they're not in the same corps. So we probably want to move that division, those divisions up, as well as we kind of tighten the noose here on Richmond, which we weren't able to keep. But we do have a very strong position west of it that, with winter coming to an end, I'm looking to take advantage of. Right, we stayed in supply and all that other stuff. Looks like they're going to come to greet me, which is probably a terrible idea. But maybe it's not. Maybe there's more to this. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And so, as we near the end of winter and the beginning of the new campaign season, we have a slight advantage, right, when it comes to manpower. On support, it's almost dead even. On morale, that's where our big advantage is. But remember, we started the campaign down somewhat significantly when it comes to morale and support, and we've flipped that back. So that now our average is about an 80. Their average is about a 74, 75. And so we're ahead on that account. I think if we keep burning through their morale and support, I think we have a good shot, but we're going to have... see, this is not great. We need to get them moving. And so I'll give them the orders now before I forget. We're kind of in a tricky spot because no matter where we go, they can potentially go the opposite way. They can go to the other side. So if we just put them on boats and brought them to Louisville, they could just march straight up and take Covington. If we come overland this way, they could probably just outrun us and then get to Louisville first. There's always the chance that we just pull Burns out. And so that's something we won't give up on. But yeah, the hordes are starting to gather around Nashville. I don't think the Ohio Squadron's going to make all the difference. And out west, well, that was the battle we just had. Reynolds Division, it's getting there in terms of some stuff. Smith, actually, we're going to want to put back in scouting. These guys are the new division the AI created. And so, yeah, we might as well put them in scouting. I thought maybe they were the reinforcements in that battle that we were just in, but it doesn't look that way now. And Lion, again, is the advanced force out here at Rolla. So that's the map here as we get ready to go into the 1862 campaign season. It looks like it should be a good one. I mean, if the battles come in 1862 like they did in 1861, I'm all about that and this campaign. So I've been enjoying it. I hope you have as well, and I hope to have you back for the next one.